stars of British television from the decade that was the 80s, as they were then and as they are now. As of the time of making this video, all of the TV stars featured here are still with us today. One of the most popular stars of British television in the 1980s, it could be said that David Jason is the most famous television actor this country has ever produced. The vast amount of awards he has won over his glittering career are a testament to both his skill as an actor and his immense popularity with audiences. These include 4 British Comedy Awards, 7 National Television Awards and 4 BAFTAs. In 2005 he received a knighthood from Queen Elizabeth II. Born in February 1940, as of April 2024, Sir David Jason is 84 years old. Another multi-award winning star, Dame Julie Walters studied drama at Manchester Polytechnic in the 1970s, where she would first meet her future comedy partner Victoria Wood. The pair would become an established TV comedy double act during the early 80s and continue to work together on and off for the next 20 years. In addition to acclaimed dramatic performances in series such as Boys from the Black Stuff, Julie became an established film actress with roles in such films as Educating Rita, Calendar Girls and 7 Harry Potter movies. She has recently finished filming Paddington in Peru, which will hit cinemas in November 2024. Born in Birmingham in 1950, Dame Julie Walters is 74 years old. Rowan Atkinson first came to the attention of television audiences as part of the Not the 9 O'Clock News team. He became a fully fledged comedy superstar with his portrayals of the various historical incarnations of Edmund Blackadder in 4 Blackadder series. Perhaps his most famous comic creation, Mr. Bean, first appeared on our television screens on New Year's Day in 1990. The hapless Mr. Bean would become a favourite the world over. After making his big screen debut in the 1983 James Bond film Never Say Never Again, Rowan has appeared in a number of films over the years, including the Johnny English series. His most recent role to date was as Father Julius in the 2023 film Wonka. As of April 2024, Rowan Atkinson is 69 years old. As he wasn't featured in the 1970s version of this video, I just had to include Noel Edmonds here. Noel first became known as a DJ on Radio 1 during the 1970s, which included a 5-year stint as host of The Breakfast Show. He presented his first edition of Top of the Pops in 1972. Between 1976 and 1982, Noel hosted the hugely popular Saturday morning kids show Multicoloured Swap Shop on BBC One. Other TV hits during the 1980s included The Late Late Breakfast Show and Telly Addicts. Throughout the 1990s, Noel hosted one of the most popular shows of the decade, Noel's House Party. His last major television hit to date was the game show Deal or No Deal. Noel and his wife Liz emigrated to New Zealand in 2019. Born in December 1948, Noel Edmonds is 75 years old. Another person who could have easily featured in the 1970s TV Stars video is John Craven, who was one of Noel's co-hosts on Multicoloured Swap Shop. He's probably most famous for being the presenter of the pioneering news programme News Round, which was first broadcast on BBC One in April 1972. Initially entitled John Craven's News Round, the show was one of the first news programmes in the world to be aimed at younger viewers. John was the main anchor on the show for 17 years, presenting his last broadcast in 1989, before moving to the Sunday evening series Country File. As of April 2024, John Craven is 83 years old. Despite her character of Angie Watts in EastEnders being one of the most iconic in British television soap history, actress Anita Dobson only appeared in the first 3 years of the show from 1985 till 1988. Before finding fame as the East End landlady, Anita had appeared in the first series of the sitcom Up the Elephant and Round the Castle with Jim Davison. After leaving EastEnders, Anita took the lead role in the short-lived sitcom Split Ends on ITV. She remains busy today with roles on stage and television, guest starring in an episode of Doctor Who in 2023. In 2000, Anita married her longtime partner, Queen guitarist Brian May, and the couple remain together today. Born in London as of April 2024, Anita Dobson is 75 years old. The multi-talented Paul Nicholas began his entertainment career as a pop singer in the 1960s, although it wasn't until the mid-70s that he tasted commercial success with hit singles such as Dancing with the Captain and Grandma's Party. By this time, Paul had become an established star of musical theatre, taking the lead role in Jesus Christ Superstar in the West End in 1972. In 1983, Paul landed the role of Vince Pinner in John Sullivan's romantic television sitcom Just Good Friends, a series which would see the actor reach the height of his fame. Although more TV series would follow, including the sitcom Close to Home, Paul has mainly continued to star in musical theatre productions. As of the making of this video, Paul Nicholas is 79 years old. In a similar way to Paul Nicholas, Sue Pollard began her entertainment career as a singer and a performer in stage musicals. Indeed, her first break on television came in the 1979 sitcom Two Up, Two Down, in which she starred opposite, yes, you've guessed it, Paul Nicholas. On New Year's Day 1980, the first episode of a brand new sitcom Heidi High was broadcast on BBC One. The series would go on to become one of the most popular and long-running comedies of the 1980s, and Sue Pollard, in the role of Shelley Maid Peggy Ollerenshaw, would be one of the breakout stars of the show. Roles in other David Croft comedy series would follow, including Ivy in You Rang My Lord and Ethel in Oh Dr. Beaching. Today, Sue still makes guest appearances in various television shows and works regularly in the theatre. Born in November 1949, Sue Pollard is 74 years old. Real name James Bradford, Jimmy Nail was a complete unknown when he was offered the role of Geordie Bricklayer Oz in the 1983 comedy drama series Alvida's Ain Pet. Although he had no previous experience as an actor, he proved to be a natural and became the breakout star of the series. Further series of Alvida's Ain Pet came in 1986, 2002 and 2004. Between 1990 and 1992, Jimmy starred as the title character in gritty detective drama Spender, and between 94 and 96 took the lead role in Crocodile Shoes. He has also tasted much success as a singer, with numerous hit singles and albums released over the years. Born in Newcastle upon Tyne in 1954, Jimmy Nail is 70 years old. Before retiring in 2008, Michael Aspel enjoyed a broadcasting career that spanned 6 decades. He started out as a newsreader on the BBC, before assuming hosting duties on the likes of Crackerjack, Give Us a Clue and the annual Miss World contests. From 1983 to 1994, Michael helmed the popular Saturday night chat show Aspel and Company, regularly attracting guests of the highest calibre. From 1987 to 2003, he was the host of the long-running This Is Your Life. When he retired in 2008, Michael had been the main presenter of the Antiques Roadshow for the previous 8 years. As of April 2024, Michael Aspel is 91 years old. It was during the 1980s that Slough-born comedian Tracey Ullman became an international star. She first came to the attention of British TV audiences at the start of the decade with the sketch series A Kick Up the 80s and Three of a Kind. In 1983 and 1984 she enjoyed a brief but successful music career, releasing 2 albums and scoring 3 top 10 singles. In 1987 Tracey became a huge star in America when the Tracey Ullman Show debuted on the Fox network. In addition to winning countless awards, the Tracey Ullman Show was the series that first introduced The Simpsons to television audiences. Tracey returned to British television in 2016 with Tracey Ullman Show, and followed this in 2017 with Tracey Breaks the News. As of April 2024, Tracey Ullman is 64 years old. Actor Ian McShane made his film debut way back in 1962, with his first television appearance coming a year later in 1963. Despite appearing in a vast array of film and TV productions and winning acclaim in roles such as Heathcliff in a 1967 production of Wuthering Heights and Judas Iscariot in the epic 1977 miniseries Jesus of Nazareth, Ian didn't become a household name until 1986, when he made his first appearance as antique dealer and lovable rogue Lovejoy. Proving immensely popular with audiences, comedy drama Lovejoy would run for 73 episodes over 8 years. In 2005, Ian won the Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Television Drama Series for the critically acclaimed Western series Deadwood. He remains busy in films and on television to this day. Born in Blackburn in 1942, Ian McShane is 81 years old. Peter Davison has a host of television acting credits to his name, but will perhaps always be best remembered as the 5th incarnation of Doctor Who. Peter had the unenviable task of taking over the role from Tom Baker, but he succeeded in making the part his own, playing the Doctor for 3 years from 1981 to 1984. Other notable television credits for Peter over the years include All Creatures Great and Small, The Very Peculiar Practice, Campion and The Larkins. Peter can currently be seen in the BBC drama series Beyond Paradise. As of April 2024, Peter Davison is 73 years old. Knighted in the 2013 Queen's Birthday Honours List, Sir Tony Robinson has enjoyed a multifaceted career as an actor, comedian, broadcaster and writer. In terms of television, despite many career highlights including creating and starring in the children's comedy series Maid Marian and Her Merry Men, and presenting a number of acclaimed history programmes such as the incredibly popular and long-running Time Team, it's likely that Tony will always be best remembered as General Dogsbody Baldrick in the Blackadder series, one of the all-time great comedy characters. As of the making of this video, Sir Tony Robinson is 77 years old. It's not easy finding pictures of actress Stephanie Cole as herself in the 70s and 80s, as she has always been so adept at playing characters much older than herself. Take for example the fearsome Black Widow Mrs Featherstone in Open All Hours, or the wily pensioner Diana Trent in the 90s sitcom Waiting for God, a role which saw Stephanie win the 1992 British Comedy Award for Best Actress. Proving her dramatic acting skills to be equally as good, she gave a wonderful performance as Dr. Beatrice Mason in all 3 series of the classic drama Tenko between 1981 and 1985. In recent years, Stephanie has remained busy with roles in series such as Man Down, Still Open All Hours and Gentleman Jack. Born in Solihull in October 1941, Stephanie Cole is 82 years old. Another Stephanie who starred in wartime drama Tenko, Stephanie Beacham began her career as a model before moving into acting, appearing in a number of supporting film roles during the 1970s. After her role in Tenko, Stephanie played the title character in the 1985 fashion industry drama Connie, before landing the role which would make her an international star, that of the devious Sable Colby in Dynasty and its spin-off The Colbys. She has also enjoyed regular roles in series such as Bad Girls, Boomers and Coronation Street. Born on the 28th of February 1947, Stephanie Beacham is 77 years old. Actor, comedian, writer and musician, Adrian Edmondson was at the forefront of the alternative comedy scene during the early 80s. Forming a long-lasting comedy partnership with friend Rick Mayall, Adrian first rose to national fame in 1982 as the psychotic medical student Vivian in the groundbreaking TV comedy The Young Ones, the likes of which had never been seen on British television before. During this time, he was also a key member of the comic strip team, appearing in 30 of the 42 instalments between 1982 and 2012. In 1991, Rick and Ade made their first appearance as Richie and Eddie in the classic comedy series Bottom, which would last for 3 series and 5 incredibly successful stage tours. In recent years, Ade has taken on an increasing number of straight acting roles, including a stint in EastEnders and parts in drama series such as The Pact. As of April 2024, Adrian Edmondson is 67 years old. Married to fellow comedy star Adrian Edmondson since 1985, Jennifer Saunders also rose to fame on the alternative comedy circuit of early 80s Britain. Along with her comedy partner Dawn French, Jennifer first came to the attention of audiences as part of the comedy strip group. In 1985, she starred in and co-wrote the comedy series Girls on Top, and also had a starring role in the Ben Elton sitcom Happy Families. The sketch series French and Saunders debuted in 1987 and would make Dawn and Jennifer stars. In 1992, the first episode of what is arguably Jennifer's most famous work, Absolutely Fabulous, was broadcast. The series would run on and off for 20 years, and there was even a big screen version released in 2016. As of the making of this video, Jennifer Saunders is 65 years old. Jennifer Saunders' comedy partner Dawn French was born in Holyhead, Wales, and trod a similar path to Jennifer on her rise to fame. Together, Dawn and Jennifer joined the comic strip, starred in the sitcom Girls on Top, and of course made the much-loved sketch series French and Saunders. During the 90s, Dawn starred in 2 long-running comedy series for the BBC, Murder Most Horrid and, most famously, The Vicar of Dibley. One of the most popular British sitcoms of all time, episodes of The Vicar and Dibley, including specials and shorts, were made over a 26-year period. In 2009, alongside Jennifer Saunders, Dawn was awarded the prestigious BAFTA Fellowship. Dawn French is 66 years old. Married to Dawn French for almost 25 years until their divorce in 2010, comedian Sir Lenny Henry shot to fame at the tender age of 16 after appearing on the TV talent show New Faces in 1975. The following year he would star alongside Norman Beaton in the pioneering ITV sitcom The Fosters, before joining the presenting team of Tiswas in 1978. During the 1980s, Lenny would be awarded his own series, The Lenny Henry Show, which was first broadcast in 1984. It was also during this decade that he co-founded Comic Relief alongside Richard Curtis. For services to drama and charity, Lenny was knighted in the 2015 Queen's Birthday Honours. As of April 2024, Lenny Henry is 65 years old. Birmingham's favourite son, Jasper Carrott, was born Robert Davis in March 1945. The stand-up comedy legend began his entertainment career as a singer on the Birmingham folk club circuit, delivering anecdotes and comic banter in between songs. These bits of banter would gradually get longer, and eventually the songs would take a back seat to the comedy routines. His first television series, An Audience with Jasper Carrott, would debut in 1978, with many other increasingly successful series following, such as Carrott's Lib, Carrot Confidential and Can Carrot. It was this latter show which introduced audiences to The Detectives, featuring Jasper alongside actor Robert Powell. These sketches would eventually evolve into a fully fledged series, lasting for 31 episodes over 5 seasons. Jasper still performs on stage to this day. Born on the 14th of March 1945, Jasper Carrott is 79 years old. The second Doctor Who on our list today, Colin Baker took over the role of the Time Lord from Peter Davison in 1984. He was the 6th person to play the Doctor, but would only remain in the role for a short time, being replaced by Sylvester McCoy in 1986. Colin first made his mark on television during the 1970s, appearing in a variety of different roles and in series such as War and Peace and The Brothers. Today, Colin regularly voices the Doctor for various audio productions. As of April 2024, Colin Baker is 80 years old. One of the biggest comedy stars on British television during the 1980s, Russ Abbot was born Russell Roberts in Chester in 1947. He first rose to prominence as the drummer in the comedy show band The Black Abbots. After the group disbanded in 1980, Russ pursued a solo career with spectacular results. The first episode of sketch show Russ Abbot's Madhouse was broadcast on ITV in 1980, with the series regularly pulling in huge ratings. When Russ transferred to the BBC in 1986, the series was renamed simply The Russ Abbot Show, but would continue to be a major rating success. In 1994, the show went back to ITV for a 2-year run. Other TV credits for Russ include September Song, Last of the Summer Wine and Boomers. Now spending the majority of his time in Portugal, Russ Abbot is 76 years old. Although John Nettles made his screen debut back in 1970, it wasn't until 1981 that he became a household name in the UK. Set on the island of Jersey, detective drama series Bergerac proved a huge success and ran for a full 10 years on BBC One. In 1997, John took the lead role in another smash hit detective series, Midsummer Murders, this time for ITV. Although it's still running today, John left the series in 2011 after appearing in 81 episodes. In addition to his successful acting career, John's familiar voice has been heard narrating a number of TV documentaries. He is also a published author. Born in the county of Cornwall in 1943, as of April 2024, John Nettles is 80 years old. Making her television debut in 1968, Vicki Michelle appeared in a number of small supporting roles on television and in film throughout the 1970s, before becoming a very familiar face to viewers across the country in the 1980s. She is undoubtedly best remembered for her role as Waitress Yvette in the hugely popular BBC comedy 'Allo 'Allo, which ran from 1982 to 1992, with Vicki appearing in every episode. She also starred in the 2007 one-off special The Return of 'Allo 'Allo. Amongst her many other acting credits, Vicki appeared in a handful of episodes of Emmerdale in the 2000s and 7 episodes of EastEnders in 2023. Born in December 1950, Vicki Michelle is currently 73 years old. During the 80s and early 90s, it seemed that comedian Bobby Davro was everywhere on British television. Receiving his big break on an episode of Live from Her Majesty's in 1983, Bobby became a member of the Copycats team in 1985, before being given starring vehicles of his own such as Bobby Davro on the Box, Bobby Davro's TV Weekly and Davro. In a surprising change of pace, in 2007 he joined the EastEnders cast as lovable rogue Vinnie Monks, but left the show just over 12 months later. Bobby still appears fairly regularly on television today, mainly as a guest on celebrity quiz shows and reality shows. As of April 2024, Bobby Davro is 65 years old. Dubbed a national treasure by the then Prince Charles in 2010, Stephen Fry has enjoyed a hugely successful and varied career. Comedian, actor, broadcaster and writer, Stephen joined the famous Footlights comedy troupe at Cambridge University at the tail end of the 70s, where he would first meet his future comedy partner Hugh Laurie. Fry and Laurie found television success as a double act in 1987 when the pilot episode of A Bit of Fry and Laurie was broadcast. The series proper ran from 1989 till 1995. The duo also played the title roles in Jeeves and Wooster from 1990 to 1993. Solo success for Stephen during the 80s came with his roles in the Blackadder series. In addition to his acting work, Stephen is also a best-selling novelist and a respected broadcaster, helming series as diverse as QI, Stephen Fry in America and Last Chance to See. Currently he is the host of the UK version of American quiz show favourite Jeopardy! As of the making of this video, Stephen Fry is 66 years old. Stephen Fry's comedy partner Hugh Laurie has become highly regarded in recent years for his prowess as an actor, receiving 2 Golden Globe Awards for his performance in House between 2004 and 2012, and a further Golden Globe for his supporting role in the 2016 TV drama The Night Manager. During his time in House, Hugh was one of the highest paid television actors in the world. In addition to his work with Stephen Fry in the 80s and 90s, Hugh also appeared in a number of Blackadder series, most notably Blackadder the Third and Blackadder Goes Forth. Hugh's most recent acting credit is the 2023 Netflix series All the Light We Cannot See. Hugh Laurie is currently 64 years old. Alongside his Only Fools and Horses co-star David Jason, Nicholas Lyndhurst became one of the most popular comedy actors on British television during the 1980s. His television career began in the mid-70s when, as a child actor, he starred in series such as The Prince and the Pauper and Anne of Avonlea. Nicholas then moved into comedy with roles in sitcoms Going Straight and Butterflies. He became a much-loved star with his superb performance as Del Boy's younger brother Rodney in the legendary Only Fools and Horses. Further starring roles in sitcoms such as The Two of Us, The Piglet Files and Goodnight Sweetheart added to his reputation as a fine comedy actor. Nicholas's most recent role saw him co-starring with Kelsey Grammer in the revival of the classic US sitcom Frasier. Nicholas Lyndhurst is currently 63 years old. The one and only Dame Joan Collins made her screen debut over 70 years ago, way back in 1951, and is still acting to this day. Up until the 1980s she mainly appeared in films, although there were a number of supporting TV roles along the way. In 1981 she landed the role which would make her a huge international star, that of the villainous Alexis Carrington in American TV soap Dynasty. Alexis would soon become the most famous character in the show, remaining with the series right up until the final episode in 1989. Since that time, Joan has appeared in a wide variety of film and television roles, including British television series such as Benidorm and Footballers' Wives. She was made a Dame in 2015 for her services to charity. As of April 2024, Dame Joan Collins is 90 years old. Who were your favourite stars of British television from the 1980s? How about your favourite shows from the time? Do let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, a little click on the like button is always much appreciated. As always, thanks for watching, and do join me next time for more nostalgic goodness.